Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Today we'll be having a look at the Championship, this weekend's fixtures and what happened over the weekend. A roundup, if you will. Thanks so much for tuning in, and if you do enjoy this video, please make sure you smash the like button and also subscribe. We start off on Friday night with a 2-2 draw between West Brom and Aston Villa. I did a live stream for this one, and it was a very exciting game. El Ghazi took the lead for Aston Villa just 12 minutes gone when his shot was deflected off Hegazi and it made it 1-0. A great run by Harvey Barnes, putting the ball in for Dwight Gale, made it 1 apiece after half, and now a good finish into the bottom corner. But 60 minutes in, a great goal by El Ghazi made it 2-1 to Aston Villa, just outside the area, smashing it into the top corner. A quality finish. And then controversy right at the end of this one. Jay Rodriguez scoring right at the end off his hand. I think this one should have definitely been disallowed, and they are very lucky to get away with a point. I thought overall Aston Villa were the better side, I thought, but a draw is probably the fair result, but not the way it went down. I thought they were very unlucky with that decision. Now, on to Saturday's game, we had a whole host of games, including some really high scoring games. The first of which is Birmingham versus Bristol City. I thought this was a nailed on home win, but I was very surprised. Famara Deju scored 63 minutes in. He got the only goal of the game. Birmingham, they can count themselves unlucky. They had a few chances at the end. They had a couple of penalty shouts turned down, and they ended up losing the game 1-0. Bristol City are up to 13th with that win, and Birmingham drop to 9th. They could have overtaken Aston Villa with a win there, but they did lose, and they have quite a good home record, so a very good win for Bristol City. Next we have Brentford versus Swansea City. This was an amazing game. Wayne Routledge scored the first goal of the day after just a minute had gone when he converted the cross in from Billy Mackay. Mepham scored an own goal to make it 2, and Leroy Fer was on the end of a cross from McBurney, who made it 3-0. Ollie Watkins scored just before half time, and Ben Rama scored with 20 minutes to go. A great free kick into the corner. Wonderful free kick. Feel free to check it out if you're into good goals, because it was a nice finish. It is troubling for Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank's side, the last 5 games, 1 draw, 4 defeats, only 1 win in his tenure, and they are just 4 points above the relegation zone, and it's going to be hard for him to carry on like this. It's really bad form. If they want to stay in the league even, they need to pick up some better results at some point. And it is a contrast to where they were under Dean Smith. Swansea with that win, that's their first win in 4. A very good win for them. They move up into 12th place, and they have around 7 points between them and the top 6. So they'll be looking at maybe having a bit of wheeling and dealing in January to try and push for those playoff spots. Next we have Leeds versus QPR. Leeds, they had a penalty for the first time in what seemed like forever. Naki Wells opened the scoring with a very good finish. Really top draw that. Kamar Roof equalised just before half time, and then a foul, and Kamar Roof stepped up after a handball, from Lichtsteiner, and he put it into the corner. Very calm under all that pressure, and made it 2-1 to Leeds. Leeds winning the game. They stay in second with 4 wins in a row now for Leeds. That's the best form of any team in the league currently. From those last 4 games, they remain a point behind Norwich. Next we have Middlesbrough versus Blackburn. So Besic got sent off for pulling back Bradley Dack after just 20 minutes, and from that free kick Charlie Mulgrew scored to make it 1-0 to Blackburn. 62 minutes, Sombolonga with a great finish made it 1 apiece, and that is how it remained. A very good point, I feel, for Middlesbrough in those circumstances. Being 1-0 down to a good side like Blackburn, who were just outside the playoffs, could have gone 8th with a win. So yeah, I think that was a good win, good point for Middlesbrough overall. But they need to start picking up some wins if they want to keep pace with the top two. 2 draws and 1 defeat in their last 3 games. Next we go to Millwall, who drew 2-2 with Hull. Lee Gregory scored and made it 1-1 after Grzycki made it 1-0. 6 minutes Grzycki took the lead and Lee Gregory made it 1-1. And then 54 minutes in, it was Alan O'Brien who made it 2-1 with Henriksen scoring around 20 minutes before the end of the game. 2-2, possibly a better result for Hull. Millwall, sorry, I thought they were the better side, but they haven't won in their last 5 games. 3 draws and 2 defeats. Hull, they're getting better, I guess. 3 draws, 1 win and 1 defeat, but both of them are fighting relegation this season. Both of them are just outside the playoffs. Next we go to the top of the league, Norwich City, who won 3-2. Vanarich and Stiepermann made it 2-0 before the hour mark, and it looked like it was going to be a comfortable win for the league leaders. Ameobi scored to make it 2-1 just 5 minutes later. And then right at the end, after some confusion in the area, Mark Beavers was up there to make it 2-2. And it looked like Bolton were going to get a very, very valuable point at the league leaders. But Sammy Ameobi got sent off for a second bookable offence for a pullback. And this is when things went wrong. I feel if this wouldn't have happened, they wouldn't have even... I think they'd have got a point. But they stick the ball up and there was Pookie. Who else to score the goal and make it 3-2. So they remain top of the league with 43 points, 4 wins and a draw in their last 5 games. Norwich are on absolute fire. Preston went to Nottingham Forest and had a surprise win. Malt with the only goal from a ball in from Lucas Nemecha. So Preston, they've been doing better lately. 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. Only 1 defeat I think is in their last sort of 3 months. October, November and now December. That was against Birmingham, but they bounced back with a delightful win against Nottingham Forest, who could have gone into the playoffs if they would have won that game, but they have sadly dropped out of those playoffs now. Really, really good point for Preston, who could, if they started to get a few more wins, maybe be up there themselves. They've started to move away, similar to QPR. They've now started to move well away from that zone. Next, we have Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham. Zhao opened the scoring for Sheffield Wednesday. Michael Smith even, not Mike Smith, Michael Smith, he made it 1-1 just after half time, and then Tao gave them the lead. Zhao once again scored a stunning goal the other week as well. Really, really nice finish, but Zhao made it 2-2, and that is how it remains. Josh Lukai, I think the end of the road is near. I think they've got to get rid of him now. They're in absolute freefall, and they could go down if they do not do anything about it. They will be in this relegation scrap for sure, because if the teams below them start picking up points, they're going to be in trouble. I think it's over. Very, very good point for Rotherham. 4 draws in their last 5 games, so they're starting to pick up some good points as well. So I hope they stay up, because they got relegated at the time they were winning before straight away. Stoke City, they played Ipswich, bottom of the league Ipswich, and it was a routine 2-0 win. Goals from Tom Ince and Joe Allen sealing the victory for Stoke. It wasn't as easy as it seemed. Ipswich had a few chances, but overall Stoke deserved to win. They're up to 10th now after a really, really tricky start. They're doing very, very well. They are 6 points off the playoffs, and I do feel they're in for a much better second half of the season. I think they'll go hard in January, and they'll try and get some players that can help them, and I do believe Stoke will be in the playoffs. Ipswich, I think they're down. 4 defeats in a row now. They're no better under Paul Lambert than they were under Paul Hurst. They're going down. There's no 2 ways about it. And the final 3 o'clock game was Wigan versus Derby. Derby had a great start. Just after 15 minutes, Harry Wilson run through, tucked back by Kai Naismith, similar to the Besic one, and he had a straight red card. Mario opened the scoring with a good finish to make it 1-0, and that is how it remained. They should have had a few more, but 1-0 is all they needed, and they're up to 4th in the league, level on points with Sheffield United, and I'll be looking at going further under Frank Lampard. A very, very good start indeed from Frank Lampard's young side. And the final game was Reading versus Sheffield United. 2 late goals in the end for Sheffield United. Billy Sharp scoring in the 83rd minute, and 86th minute, Sam Baldock own goal, who'd come on earlier in the match. made it 2-0, and that was game over. Reading, I thought they looked better, particularly in the first half, but it wasn't good enough. And they just lost to a side that are very, very good, who are in third place. But it was much, much betterly improved than what we saw under Paul Clement. It was much, much better. And it looks like they are going to be a lot better. And maybe we'll try and get out of this relegation scrap. It'd be interesting to see who they appoint. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you do enjoy this video, please smash the like button. And if you really enjoyed and you are new, feel free to subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. I do this every single week. So thanks so much for everyone who has tuned in. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.